Actually, I should say 12. Sorry. Let me write that.
Yeah.
That's Big 12. Big 12 for this today. Okay. I am fascinated by this conversation. It's early. I understand that it's early. However,
these conversations would be so much better if we did them in like a month, but that's okay. We'll do them.
Why in a month? What's the matter? How's it going to change in a month?
Well, because we'll have actual knowledge of what's going on in camps.
I have knowledge of what's going on right now.
You do.
This is, and these numbers aren't going to change. How much are these numbers going to change?
You'd be very surprised how much the numbers change as we get closer to August.
These numbers aren't going to change. Texas will be favored. Oklahoma will be number 2. K-State will be number 3. That's not changing.
That's not changing.
Yeah, these three. So we're talking about who's going to win the Big 12 title game. These 3 teams, these numbers are not changing. You may see some fluctuation.
You don't think Baylor or TCU's even in the conversation?
No, I don't.
Oh,
one of these. It's Texas or Oklahoma to me in my mind, and it's probably most likely a runaway with Texas.
And there's no surprise team like Kansas this year.
No,
Oklahoma State's no good.
No, I mean, there's some conversation that you could have potentially of like maybe there's someone on the other side that could come in. But remember, the Big 12 is making sure your top 2 teams are going to play each other.
Right.
So they've structured it to make sure that they get their top 2 teams. So it's going to be probably Oklahoma, Texas playing each other. This is not going to be a very good year for the Big 12. But at the top, different story. At the top, it could be really good. This is the schedule for Texas. Okay. This is Texas's schedule.
Yeah.
They open with Rice, cupcake W.
Okay.
The difference between these years and other years, Alabama normally would have played Texas in week number 1 over Labor Day on a neutral field. They signed the home and home. Alabama went to Texas. Remember that game last year? It was unbelievable. Yep. Bama barely beat them, escaped with their lives. Tiny. Bama plays MTSU in week 1. They have a tune-up at Bryant-Denny. Rare. Bama normally doesn't have a tune-up. This is bad news for Texas because they're on the road at Alabama. This is the game of September. Texas at Alabama is unbelievable. Ticket prices through the roof. Night game. Let's go. Like you're talking about.
The day before the NFL season starts?
This is the game in college football. I cannot wait to watch this game in September. Awesome. I have no idea who wins this game. Alabama has got such problems with their quarterbacks. They have 4. They don't know who's going to be playing in this game.
You know what sucks when you look at the new apps for lines and stuff? Like, there's no game number, so you can't just go to it. Everything's by time.
Right.
And then you got to find the day.
That's a very big day, too. A lot of games.
It's a gigantic scroll here.
Right.
Can't you search it? -7.
Yeah.
Bama
that will come down. That will come down. That won't close there.
What are you saying?
Texas money will come in. Texas money will come in. This number, that number will close most likely, I think, around 5.5, probably somewhere in that range. I would take +7 for Texas right now.
Wow.
I don't know what Bama's got. Obviously, running backs,
wide receivers. Bama was favored at home by 7 or less. It's been a long, long time.
When's the last time LSU played there?
That was it. That was the game. Right? When Burrow went in there.
Yeah, fair. Yeah.
I think that was in Alabama.
Were they? I think they were a dog that year, were they not? No, Alabama played at Tennessee, at LSU that year. They didn't play at home at Bryant-Denny because they lost that game. Bama got beat by Joe Burrow at LSU. I remember that game.
Somebody go in the chat. And
insane performance by
Burrow. Bama was a 7-point favorite or less at home. So
how about
computer and do that right now? But that's a great game. Okay, so they lose that game and they win out. Is that what you're telling me right there?
They might win that game and win out.
Texas is going to Alabama, winning in September.
It's possible. I'm telling you, I'm not that high on Bama this year. Okay, that quarterback conversation is enormous to me. I need to see what Bama. Texas is absolutely flipping loaded. Texas is going to be a big problem. They're really good. They almost beat Alabama. They should have beaten Alabama last year
at home. No, that was neutral, wasn't it?
No, it was at Austin. That was at DKR. Crazy atmosphere.
God, they
should have won that game. Bama was damn lucky.
Was that the game we were watching? No, we didn't watch that game in a sports book together. I thought we watched one game at MGM Grand, that Bama game, but that was against Tennessee, I think.
Yeah, that was Tennessee game. Yeah. That was Bama lost that game too. Bama they should have lost Texas on the road. They lost Tennessee on the road, lost LSU on the road.
Right. Wow.
I can't wait for this. Then, so let's say they win that game, hypothetically, right? Wyoming,
Texas.
Okay, so they win that game.
2-0. Okay.
Wyoming W at Baylor. I think they'll win that game. Baylor is going to be better, but I think they'll win that game.
Okay.
Kansas at home, they'll win that game, and then they got the Cotton Bowl against Oklahoma. Monster. The interesting game in this schedule for me is that Texas plays at Houston, at the Dome, neutral field. It's going to be a really interesting atmosphere. I don't think Houston has much of it. That line's probably like 14, 15, 17, somewhere in that range. But I think Houston might actually have something for Texas in that moment because they're going to be coming up with a bye week. And I mean, if they're undefeated, they're going to be singing high praises. They'll be the big guys on campus again, walking around with their chests out. They're beating Alabama and Oklahoma, thinking they're going to the playoffs. Be very curious to see how that coaching staff handles the pressure, handles the attention if that were to happen, because they probably would be number one in the country.
Two observations right now, or two notes. One, tremendous job with this graphic. This is wherever you got this schedule from, keep doing it, because this is.
I think it's footballschedule.com. I think I'm grabbing it.
Okay, well, this is outstanding because I like the helmets. I love looking at the helmets. I always have. Helmets draw my eye. And number two, I just went down the schedule. Do you see how many games aren't in the state of Texas?
Yes, a lot.
No, are not in the state of Texas. Every game they play is in the state of Texas, except the Bama game and the Iowa State game.
Oh, that's right. Holy crap.
You want to talk about live to live. I mean, every game they ain't got to leave the state except twice.
What a hell of a schedule. That's a great observation.
Compare that to
Alabama.
12
or Alabama.
It's going to come back east and Midwest for all the road games. They're going to travel multiple time zones throughout the season. This is a pretty advantageous schedule travel-wise.
Love it. It's a great point. Fort Worth against TCU is in your, I mean, that's a drive. Home games against, I mean, that BYU game is a W. The Houston game's a W. Cotton Bowl's in Dallas, W, most likely rivalry game, but most likely. Waco, home games, Wyoming, Rice, Kansas. Their home schedule sucks. Oh my gosh. If you're a season ticket holder,
have you ever been Austin, there?
No. I've been on campus and I've been to the stadium, never seen a game there.
Okay.
But I mean,
between you and I'm more excited if we can get this BVB Roadshow thing going. I want to go to college games. I don't want to go to NFL games.
I'm with you. Let's do it. I'm all in.
I want to go up to Seattle again. I'm getting FOMO watching this red carpet show because we went up there, me and the kids, to see Seattle. I want to go to Washington and see a game. It's fantastic. It's so scenic. I would love to go to Texas. Washington's got a good schedule. They
suck.
The Pac-12.
Yeah, there's one team in the Pac-12. That's it. There's one.
Oh, what are you doing right now?
What am I doing right now? I'm telling you the truth.
What if they're going to have a team in a playoff? Are they not?
Yeah, one team. It ain't Washington.
Oh.
What are you talking about? It's not Washington. It's USC.
So are you telling me that Texas is going to be in the one Big 12 championship game? But you think they're going to be in a playoff?
Yeah, I think you can bet them to win the national championship.
What are you talking about?
Just telling you. My one is Michigan. My two is Texas.
This is why they appeared in the. This is why they. I see what you're doing now. Really?
I look at the schedule.
Well, this schedule is. I mean, they're going to be in the Big 12 championship game, unless. But like, isn't the Manning kid? Is he the quarterback?
For who? For Texas?
Yeah.
There's going to be an argument that the kid with the long hair right now is the starter. The kid got hurt last year. They should have beaten Alabama. That kid's going to be the starter for right now.
Why can't I think of his name right off the
top? I'm blanking the kid's name too, but yeah, Texas has got running backs, quarterbacks, wide receivers, offensive linemen, they are back talent-wise. Offensive-minded head coach, and it's the Big 12.
Man.
I mean, Kansas State will be a tough test, but they're at home. They got them there. TCU will be a tough test, but it's in Fort Worth. It's not that bad. Iowa State's going to be garbage. Texas Tech is I mean, they're okay, but it's at home. Day after Thanksgiving, win that game, go to the Big 12 championship game. I'm not saying they're going to steamroll everybody, but the question is that Alabama game in week 2. They can win that Bama game. Even if they lose that game tight, they can still make it as a one-loss team.
Conference game. They can lose that game.
And lose and have be a one-loss team and get in.
Of course.
So just play competitively. Just
win yours. That's it.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you, Gorov. J. Dow. Boys are all here now. This is great.
His hair.
Get more and more people coming in and watching the show. This is awesome. These late start time. These more people come in and join us. It's good.
What do you mean late time? People did not like the late start time, by the way. The universal thumbs down from the Brigade on yesterday's show.
Really?
Did not like it. Yes. Comment section. They much prefer this 10 to 11 start time. They much prefer that.
Oh, did they leave comments on the YouTube?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't go back and check it. Good.
Do not like it.
Oh,
Addison was like, do not like the start time.
Well, Addison's one guy. He said that's fine.
Thank
you for leaving a comment. If you guys
Discord
are watching
channel.
the show in BVB bonus time, go leave a comment today on the YouTube channel, please. That'd be great.
So Discord channel as well. So I think Texas to win the Big 12, good bet. Texas to win the national championship, decent bet.
So take a look at more of this. I want to see who's going to challenge him. Is
Oklahoma.
Kansas State a legitimate challenge?
Yeah. I mean, they graduated a couple of really talented skill players to the draft, to the NFL. So
it's really just those three. Like, I mean, TCU's out. They were just in a championship game. They're done. Toast.
Graduated a lot of talent, including the quarterback, wide receiver. Got a lot of question marks at TCU.
Wow, they're really long odds to win it all. Wow.
Texas or TCU?
No, TCU, Baylor. I'm looking for alternatives. Everybody
to win the Big 12 or the national championship.
Just to see what the prices are. The prices for that. Wow. I mean, Texas is 25 to 1, P. Ralt.
Yep. Take a stab at it.
Oh my.
It's a good bet. To get in the playoffs, you can work off of it. It's a good bet.
Big 12 has a mountain to overcome. You just said it's going to be a down year.
Yeah. All you got to do is go
they have
12
to
and 1.
Every game except the Bama game.
Correct. Absolutely. That's any year, though. That's any year to get in the playoffs. You can't have 2 losses, especially in the Big 12. You can't have 2 losses. Like the Pac-12 can't have 2 losses.
I'm saying, I think the Big 12 team is going to have to be undefeated in a conference. I don't even think they can have 1 loss.
Well, I would disagree with that only because I think you're going to have multiple teams with 1 loss in the conversation.
Yeah, they never give it to the Big 12 in that situation.
Unless they played Alabama tight.
Yeah, but that's what they have to go undefeated in their conference then.
Yes, of course.
Yes.
100%. Oh, yeah. 100%.
No, I mean, normally you could say that the winner or the loser of the Red River Shootout could just win a championship game and go and have 1 loss. They're not going to go.
No.
They're not going to go.
Yeah.
Not this year.
No. You have to be 12 and 1. And the 1 loss can be Alabama, and that's it. You lose to if you beat Alabama and lose to Oklahoma, you also can get in with that.
Oh, if they beat Bama, all bets are off.
Right, but you beat Bama, but you can lose to Oklahoma in the Red River, or you can lose to like an Iowa State. You can stub your toe pretty badly and then come back and win the Big 12 and still make the playoffs.
They're going to put in another SEC.
12 and 1. I think the SEC is going to be down this year. I don't think we're going to see. I think you'll have 2 teams in the SEC with 1 loss in the championship game.
And they're only get 1 in the playoff? Wow. Big 10 get 2 teams in the playoff?
They could potentially, but I don't think they will. It could be Ohio State, Michigan again.
I think the Pac-12 is going to get a team in.
1. USC's got a legit shot. Yes, they have to be undefeated though. They can't lose. 12 and 1, they're out. They got to run the table.
They cannot lose a conference game?
I don't believe so. No.
Oh, when's the Pac-12? Friday? No, Thursday.
ACC tomorrow, Thursday,
ACC tomorrow.
Pac-12, SEC is Friday.